Here are the top stories you need to know in Tagum News Central. Kagikan exhibit features Tri People of Tagum. Balikbayan Tagumeños gather through LGU-initiated Balikbayan program. Liga ng mga Barangay Congress successful. And outstanding Tagumeños recognized. Hello, I am Louie Lapat. Get your news straight and fast, only here in Tagum News Central. History was made for the original settlers of the city as for the first time since the foundation of Tagum as a political and territorial subdivision over 70 years ago, the tribe people of the city was featured in an exhibit dubbed as Kagikan in celebration of the 17th Araw ng Tagum. The Kagikan exhibit, which formally opened on February 23, 2015 at the Gaisano Mall of Tagum Atrium, highlighted the three groups that comprise the people of the city of Tagum: the indigenous peoples or the Lumads, the Muslim, and the pioneer migrant settlers who were originally from the northern islands of Luzon, Cebu, Bohol, Iloilo, and Leyte. The activity featured the traditional costumes, utensils, musical instruments, and accessories of both the tribal and Muslim communities, and the written account or stories of the early migrant settlers who first came to Tagum between the years 1900s and 1939, when it was still a municipal district of the province of Davao, to search for greener pasture. The traditional food of both the Lumads and the Muslims were also prepared for the viewing public. Spearheaded by the City Information Office as this year's edition of the office annual exhibit, the show's opening was witnessed by the different indigenous peoples' mandatory representatives to the city's 23 barangays, other members of the cultural communities, and the Muslims who were all garbed in their traditional and colorful dresses. In a bid to aid 16 couples reach their goals towards marital bliss, the city government of Tagum through the City Economic Enterprises Office launched Kasalan sa Palengke, a civil mass wedding held at the Bagsakan area of the Tagum City Public Market. The event, which was officiated by Mayor Alan Ralion, was sponsored by the city government of Tagum in partnership with the City Economic Enterprises Office, the City Civil Registrar's Office, and various associations of dealers, stallholders, and vendors of the Tagum City Public Market. The 16 couples were some of the laborers, vendors, and matadors of the public market who were already freely cohabiting with each other and have children born out of wedlock. Prior to the launching of the Kasalan sa Palengke, the City Human Resource Management Office and the City Civil Registrar's Office also celebrated the second year of Kasalan para sa mga Kawani, a civil mass wedding involving employees of the city, benefiting a total of 14 couples last February 13, 2015. The city also partnered with the Pag-ibig Fund Tagum branch for the fourth installment of a civil mass wedding dubbed as I Do Araw ng Pag-ibig, with a total of 56 couples last February 12, 2015. In another news, a total of 272 participants from 21 different barangays that included barangay captains and functionaries attended the Liga ng mga Barangay Congress held at the Island Garden city of Samal in Davao del Norte. During the forum, participants learned from invited speakers from the Department of the Interior and Local Government and the Department of Budget and Management on various topics, which include latest Supreme Court decisions and election-related cases and barangay budget management. ABC President Prospero Estabilio Jr. assures that they will work on improving the services rendered by barangay functionaries, which they benefited from the trainings and seminars conducted by the speakers during the Liga ng mga Barangay in relation to local governance. 7 individuals and 1 organization were bestowed with the first rollout of the Tagumpay Excellence Awards, the highest recognition bestowed by the city government of Tagum to its outstanding citizens. Dr. Pedro Bisanose, the current Executive Vice President of the University of Mindanao, led this year's list of awardees by clinching the Istorya ng Tagumpay Award, which is given to an individual whose success story, from very modest beginnings to lofty status, becomes an inspiration to many. Other awardees include cultural icon Dato Aguido Suknaan Sr., who is the Tagumpay Awardee for Culture and the Arts, who was recognized for his work in the preservation of the city's culture and traditions. Alim Yusuf Adzaman, who is one of the pioneers of the madrasa education in the Muslim communities of Madaum and who spearheaded the Quran literacy program years ago, was also honored with the Tagumpay Award for Community Empowerment. Ms. Norma del Rosario Pereras claimed the same award for Gender Development and Equality and Women Empowerment for her unparalleled leadership in Tagum Cooperative. DOH Assistant Secretary Romulo Boswego, who also sits as the Chief Medical Officer of Tagum-based Regional Hospital, was also recognized in the field of public health promotion. Police Inspector Anjanette Tirador and School Principal Roger Martinez were also declared winners in the Peace and Social Cohesion and Educational Innovations categories, respectively. The Kiwanis Club of Gold in Tagum, which exists for 25 years now, clinched the Tagumpay Excellence Award for Community Service. The holding of the first Tagumpay Excellence Awards is sanctioned by Executive Order No. 5 Series of 2015 issued by Mayor Alan Relion. The awardees were chosen through a rigorous screening process by a selection committee with multi-sector membership. All awardees received 20,000 pesos and a Tagumpay medallion. The Tagumpay Excellence Awards is part of the many activities highlighting the 17th Araw ng Tagum. And that's your dose of news for this week. For more information about these events, you may check our website at www.tagumcity.gov.ph. You may also check our other social media accounts, details of which are flashed on your screen. Until next time, I am Louie Lapa, delivering news that matter, only here in Tagum News Central.